I didn't realize I didn't hit record. That's how you know. That's how you know I ain't ready. I just woke up from a nap, so I'm waiting for my soul to return in my body. So this is the next major event. Could be about anything. I don't have any specific subject for this video. So it could be love, could be money, could be family, could be whatever. So we have 3 piles here today. We have Out of My League, Ready For Ya, and Blue. So go ahead and pick a pile and we will get started. If you chose pile 1, this is your reading. You guys chose Out of My League by Fits and the Tantrums, and your lyric is You Are More Than Just a Dream. Fifth house, Aries and Mercury. So you or your person could have Aries, Leo, Gemini, Virgo energy in your chart, or you could have significant aspects to your 5th house or your Mercury. I said you and your person, even though this may not be about a person, but we'll just go with it. Coffee cup, meeting, conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, friendship. This feels like a very I may not feel this way later on as we get some more context, but it's feeling like this is a somewhat easygoing situation. The next major event, right? I think this is something that you may be concerned about rejecting you. Like if this is like a work thing, a person, a date, you know, catching up because of that like kind of friendship energy of the coffee cup. I think you may be concerned about proposing this thing and being rejected, hearing a no, you know. I think that's a concern for you, but I feel like you are still very willing to go for this thing. And I'm going to get more context on, you know, the major event, so whether this will play out or not. But it feels like something that you are a little wary of rejection towards. It feels very like relaxed almost, you know. It feels like, so I don't know why you're concerned about rejection, because we have rejection and Out of My League, right? That combination of cards leads me to believe that there is something about this situation that feels unattainable for you. But it feels like it actually feels like a pretty easygoing thing with the coffee cup, the rest, true love. So it's like this thing also likes you, right? So it's a mutual, you know, whatever this thing is. And I'm not really getting context on what that is. It could be a person. I'm not getting a big pickup on what the actual thing is. So it might be different for all of you, but it's feeling like something almost a little bit passive. It's something that's like, it could almost feel insignificant, but it is actually a very major event. So this could be one of those like butterfly effect or like snowball effect kind of things, where it's like, this is something that you almost aren't even going to do, and then you do it and it actually turns out to be something really significant in your life. There is definitely something that is significant about your determination towards this situation. But again, it's almost feeling a little bit like insignificant. It's almost something that like you may not do, or you may almost like not even think about doing. And it actually is a very significant moment in your life. I think it will lead to a very significant moment in your life. Yeah, it's like, well, you know, let's meet up for coffee. You know, it's not really feeling like drinks. It's feeling like friendship, or almost maybe like a business deal, something kind of light. But I think this is actually going to be a really significant moment for you. And I don't know why. I don't know why. But it feels like something that's going to lead you towards something else, or is actually going to be like a very big deal for you, right? Like this is like you meeting with someone and like kind of talking about a business deal, and then it turns out that it makes you like $1,000,000, right? This is something that's like, well, I'm just gonna catch up with a friend. We'll go out for coffee, whatever, and at the cafe, you meet the love of your life. Or at the cafe, you meet someone who like changes the trajectory of your path, right? This is feeling like something that starts somewhat insignificant, but actually has huge impact on your life trajectory. And I feel like this is something that you already want. I'm not feeling like this is something that's like a brand new situation or a brand new desire for you. This feels like something like you're already very determined towards. I think you just aren't expecting these two situations to be related, right? Like you're not expecting me going out for a cup of coffee with a friend in the morning is going to lead to me being on the news. You know what I mean? And me like having like eventually leading to like a record deal. Do you know what I mean? Like it's something that's like going to turn out to be very significant. It is feeling a little romantic though, like low key. So maybe this is one of those things where you're reconciling again, like you're reconciling with like a friend. That friend turns out to be the love of your life. That friend turns out to be someone who leads you towards the love of your life, introduces you to the love of your life, you know? But at the same time, it feels like this is something you're already looking for. So maybe you already are interested in this person. Maybe you already are wanting this thing, you know? You know what? This almost, now with like the pause in your journey, it feels like something that's like, you were so determined. You were so go, go, go. I got to focus on work. I have to do all of these things. And something kind of stops you. You know, maybe this isn't even like you going out with a friend. Maybe this is you stopping in a coffee shop of your own. You know, you're on the way to another job and you stop to get a drink. You stop to get lunch. You know, you stop to do something and that slows you down. You know, that's something that puts a block in your way, an intentional block. So that way you are able to connect with whatever this is. You know, it's like I just stopped in here. I wasn't planning on finding the love of my life. I wasn't planning on my life completely changing. I wasn't planning on that. I was planning on just meeting a friend for coffee, meeting my person for coffee. You know, this could even be like, you know, if you're in a relationship and you know, that's going well. It can be like, you know, we go out for coffee, we go out for breakfast, we go out for lunch, and something happens and, you know, we're kind of stopped on our journey, but something happens there and we have a conversation that leads us to a deeper connection, leads us to developing a plan, leads us to whatever, right? Leads us to making some kind of further movement in our relationship. It could be anything. I mean, it could even be like you have a conversation with this person that makes you aware that this person, that there might be someone in your life who is draining you, who is, you know, this could be that. This could, and also like the freedom is yours, you know. This could be a situation where you have a conversation with someone and they, you know, you guys are just talking and what they're saying makes you very aware that there is some kind of addictive behavior in your life that you need to get rid of. There is some kind of addictive person, some kind of vampiric energy in your life that you need to get rid of. It could be a lot of things. I think, you know, I think you're going to know this event because I think, again, it's going to be something that almost seems like throwaway for you. You know, it almost seems, well, I'm just going to stop there for a second, get a coffee, get a drink, get a quick lunch, and that'll be that. And then I'm going to be on my way, right? But then you actually end up staying here for a second and resting and taking a moment out of your day to connect with someone, connect with a thought process. Maybe you see something on a TV. Do you know what I mean? It's something that's so simple, but has a really large impact on your life. I think you may want to reject this thing and walk away from this thing, right? It's like, well, I only stopped here for my coffee. I don't know why you want to talk to me. Like, I just stopped here. Let me not answer this phone call right now because I have things to do. It's like, I think your advice actually is to stop and rest and interact with this thing. Because I think it actually is going to change your trajectory in a very, very, very impactful and significant way. I think you may want to, again, like sneak away from this thing, right? With the being determined and I only stopped here for a second to do what I need to do. I think actually listen to this thing, right? I think listen to the news, listen to this friend, listen to this random person on the side of the road, right? I think listen to them because I think they actually have some insight that will help you on your journey. Because I do feel like there is something that you will turn away from at the end of this conversation. Whether that be a behavior or, it's like I go out to have coffee with a friend. They say something that is really significant that impacts me in a way beyond how they meant it. It impacts me differently than how they were like communicating it to me. That in turn allowed me to interpret this information in a slightly different way, and implement it in my life differently. And I'm hoping positively, because it feels like this is a very significant action for you. And I don't think it's something that this person's going to do. I think it's something that this person's going to say, that you are going to then turn and utilize that conversation, advice, statement, whatever, this insight, in a very impactful way in your personal life. So listen to them. Just listen to what they have to say. So that's what I have for you, pile one. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. If you chose pile 2, this is your reading. You guys chose Ready For You by Demi Lovato, and your lyric is You Took Me By Surprise. Cancer, the 3rd house, and Saturn. So your person or situation could have Cancer, Gemini, or Capricorn energy in your chart, or you could have significant aspects to your 3rd house or your Saturn. Twin flames, yin yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. I feel like this is something that's taken like a while because of Saturn's energy and also this like ready for you kind of waiting kind of vibe. Interesting, because the energy up here is seemingly positive, but then we have this sadness and the death card. Oh. Okay. Interesting. There may be, well, there obviously is some kind of third energy here with a third party situation card. And that may be coming to an end, with the death and the sadness card here. But then we also have like the success energy, and like the ready for ya insinuates that there is some kind of situation here that has been brewing for a while. It feels like something is being released, It's feeling like somebody here is disconnecting from another energy, and I don't know what kind of energy that's going to be, right? It's going to be dependent on you and your situation. But I think somebody here has kind of chosen, right? I have chosen one versus the other, and I now have to let go of someone, and kind of release all of these memories that we've made, right? I do have to kind of dead this situation because I have to move on from this. Because I'm assuming that like you've chosen one, because we have like third party situation, and then like we do have kind of like a happy energy up here, and then also the successful card. So I do have to wonder if like, you know, there was some kind of blockage, and I don't know if that was a person, I don't know what that was, but there was some kind of blockage, and now you are letting that blockage go, right? You are getting a divorce. You're getting a divorce. You are disconnecting from a third energy. You are whatever. This is someone that I think you have a lot of memories with. This is something that it is sad, you know. I think it is sad. I think it is sad to like kind of dead this situation because you do have all of these memories together. But I also think that you are looking towards the success that is coming your way, with whatever this twin flame is, right? And I think this is a very codependent situation, you know? The back of deck is separation. So I think this is something that you were very codependent on. They were very codependent on you. This was very, very, very codependent. And I think you're moving on from that. And I think that does generate some sadness for you, and obviously for them as well. But I think more importantly for you, it's like, this is kind of sad for me because we have so many memories, because it's almost kind of like, well, if I'm not with you, if this, I've made this third party thing kind of my entire personality. I've made my relationship with you my entire personality. And if we are no longer together, then who am I? Right? Who am I? What is my purpose in life? And that's a little dramatic. I'm being a little bit dramatic, but I do feel like it's kind of one of those things where it's like the, you know, the eternal memories, the codependency. It's like, we've been together for so long. We've been together for so long, and I know that we do kind of have to like separate, because at this point it's kind of like, why are we still together? Why are we still doing this? And I want you to go and be happy with this other thing, this twin flame, whatever it is, or maybe this is your twin flame, I don't know. But it's like, I do want you to go and be happy. It's just kind of sad for us, you know. It's kind of bittersweet. And this might not be something that you are communicating with this person out loud. This could be something that is very internal for you. But I think either way, you are definitely disconnecting from this. And I feel like this definitely is something that you've been connected to for like a really, really, really long time. Like a really long time. Like I do, you know, like I can't be held by this for my entire life. Like literally I have to fucking move on. Like I have to move on. It's been 30 fucking years, you know what I mean? Like it's been enough time. It's been enough time for me to let this go. Like there's no point. Like it's just like at this point we're like beating a dead horse. Like if I stay in this situation with you, if I continue to be codependent on this, I'm just hurting myself by doing this, honestly. Because I don't feel like you feel very good in this situation anyway, right? Like whatever this third party thing is, it's like, you don't make me feel good. I don't really like this thing. When I'm with you, it's like sadness and death anyway. Like it's gonna be sadness and death when I dead this, but being with you is sadness. So I would rather take the sadness of disconnecting from you to go and be successful somewhere else than continue to be sad in this situation with you. And I think it's I think it's one of those things where it's like, when I'm with you, I feel like shit anyway. Like when I'm with you, I don't feel good. So why would I continue to be with you when I don't feel good when I'm with you anyway? So like, yeah, it's going to be sad to get rid of this, of course. But I just feel like that's the lesser of two evils. And I just think that like, you've just been connected to this for so long. Like this thing has just been your entire personality for such a long time. Or it's like you and this person were always together. You and this person, like if I saw you, then I saw the other thing. It's like we've kind of just been like two peas in a pod for so long, and now we're not, you know. Now I have to we have to be separate entities, you know. I have to go off and live my life, and you have to go off and live yours, and you're not even like good for me. Like you're not even like a good energy. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying this person's a negative energy, but I think when you're with them, you're sad anyway. Like I don't even really like you for real. Like for real. Like I don't like I don't even really like you. You know? So again, I feel like it's just the lesser of two evils. And like this third party situation could simply be like this person was just like always cheating on you. Do you know what I mean? Like this person like was a thief. Like this person always had some shady shit going on, and so I was always sad with you anyway. So like why am I going to keep you around? Like you were a thief anyway, you were codependent anyway, like you always had somebody else on your phone, like you always had stuff going on, and like you only ever made me sad anyway. So I would rather feel the sadness of not being with you than be sad and continue to be in this sadness cycle with you. So what is your advice? I do feel like this person has somewhat of a manipulative hold on you. I feel like this person, they may not intentionally be manipulative. They may not intentionally use sadness or passive aggression or like whatever to keep you around. But I think it would be good for you to be aware of that. So that way when they do try to be manipulative, whether intentionally or unintentionally, when you do disconnect from them, I think you can at least be ready for that. And it might be easier to deal with, you know. I do feel like there's some kind of money involved, or at least some kind of like family thing with the Ten of Pentacles, because that can be money or it can be like family, like generational family stuff. And then with the Devil here, that's like addiction, codependency, you know. So, and then also we have like a couple right here. I think your advice majorly though is to walk away. I think you do need to walk away from this codependency because again, I feel like I'm sad when I'm with you, so I might as well be like sad without you also, without you making me sad. I would rather be sad because I'm not with you than be sad because you are making me sad. So I think your advice is to walk away from this. I think your advice is to dead this, honestly. And if there's another person, then I think pursue that other person that you may have more success with. But if not a person, then I think it is time for you to release this. And again, I think you should be aware of this person's manipulative, kind of emotionally manipulative behavior, because I do think that they are that way, especially with like the Queen of Cups here, like, and the King of Wands too. Like if this is a feminine energy, then they kind of, you know, they cry or possibly, you know, whatever. If they're a masculine energy, then they try to use like emotional manipulation. And I think that maybe goes for whether you're a masculine or feminine energy. I think they cry and use like emotional manipulation regardless of how they present themselves. But I also feel like there's some kind of money thing here. So like maybe if you have to like write some kind of like goodbye check, like, you know, like when you leave a job, you know, you still get, like if you get fired or whatever, you still get your last paycheck or whatever, or like if you leave, you still get your last paycheck. So there's something like that going on, especially because it feels like this person is pretty attached to you. You know, it feels like this person is still very connected to you, and it feels like it may be difficult to disconnect from them. But I think you should. I don't think that you should let the sadness or their sadness stop you, because I do feel like it is time, and I feel like this is a somewhat toxic situation that you do deserve to be out of. So that's what I have for you, pile 2. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. If you chose pile 3, this is your reading. You guys chose Blue by Billie Eilish, and your lyric is, I don't blame you, but I can't change you. Let me flip that, actually. Neptune, Aries, and the 12th house. So you or your person could have Aries or Pisces energy in your chart, or you could have significant aspects to your 12th house or your Neptune. Healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and life, self-love, self-care, being happier. I think this is a very, well, let me get some more context before I start talking, but I feel like this is a mental health thing, or a health thing, or a, yeah, period. I think it's mental health because the 12th house is the house of mental health. If this were like health and wellness, it would be more the 6th house, but because it's the 12th house and Neptune specifically, I feel like this is like a mental health thing. But we're gonna get some more context. It feels like someone is very upset and needing to protect something, and this could be a couple of things. This can be you being fed up with yourself, and wanting to make better choices for you in your future, or it can be you fed up with somebody else, or someone fed up with you, right? There's this feeling of needing to protect, right? There's this feeling of you are making bad choices, you aren't doing what's best for you, and I need to protect myself, my family, etc. If this is another person, it's almost kind of feeling like I have to distance myself from you because you are making bad choices and it's putting my family or my health at risk, or my mental health, right? Because of that, like, mental, like the 12th house energy. But I feel like this person's like, it feels like it's this person's, it could be this person's mental health that is causing them to lash out, make unhealthy choices, do things that are detriment to themselves slash you slash everybody around them. It does feel like maybe somebody is protecting somebody else. You know, it's like, I am protecting my child, I am protecting my wife, I am protecting a friend. It feels more like a family kind of tie, though. It might be a friend, right? But it feels more like I am protecting my child, I am protecting the people around me that are important to me from this behavior, whether it's whoever's behavior it is, right? I need to protect the people around me from this behavior. I think the next event is you starting new. You know, it feels very much like I'm packing my stuff, I'm leaving, because I need to protect my family. I need to protect, like, the people that are closest to me from something. It could be like maybe someone has anger issues, because we don't really have like addictive energy here. We do have the healthy choices, but it feels like someone maybe is like explosive. They have some kind of mental health thing that they are working through, and this other person here, it's like, I need to, but it also feels kind of positive also, because we have like new start, soulmate magic, movement. It's like, I think the major event is a lot of movement towards a soulmate, but at the same time, I think you are also moving towards a soulmate and moving away from something that is angry or causes anger, or both. It feels like, you know, in like horror movies when the house is being haunted and the dad or the mom, the parents are like, I need to protect my kids. And so they just like pack all of their stuff and move out of this haunted house. That's what it's feeling like. It's like, I need to make healthy choices. I need to make choices that are going to better my relationship with my soulmate, right? With this new start, with this brand new thing, right? I need to make choices that are going to be best for me and my family, right? And the people around me that I care about. And I can't change you, though. I can't change you. It definitely feels like some kind of like parting ways. And again, this could like be a choice within yourself. This could be, I need to make healthy choices so that way I can union with a soulmate and have it go over well, especially like with all, it's all in your head. That's an energy. And the 12th house energy, that's an energy of mental health. So this could be a thing where it's like, I am trying to union with a soulmate. I have this new start. I just got engaged, whatever. There's movement, there's magic, there's all of these really positive things in my life. And I need to protect that from my own self-sabotaging behaviors, right? And so I need to make healthy choices so that way I don't lose my mind and ruin this connection. Or it could be like another person. It could be either or maybe both, that's also a possibility. Because there is a soulmate here, whoever that soulmate is. Whether it's like, because we have this new start, also knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom, period. Speak on it. Especially if this is a thing where it's like, I have my own self-destructive behaviors, I have my own anger, I have my own mental health, and I have to deal with that because I know that the next major change is union and a new start with my soulmate. And so I need to get my shit together. I need to start making healthy choices. I need to start tackling this mental stuff before I move forward into this new energy. And in the beginning, it definitely did feel like a father-like energy. This might be a father who's like, not so good. But it also feels like a fatherly energy who's like, I need to protect my kids. I need to protect my wife from whatever this energy is. I think it's really just this person talking about the behavior, especially like in combination with that father energy. So you have the 4 of Wands also. So this is giving like family, that like protective father like kind of energy where it's like, I need to protect my family. I need to protect my family from, and I need to make healthy choices. We as a family need to make healthy choices, right? And whatever that's going to mean for you, I definitely feel like there's some kind of mental thing involved here because like it's all in your head, and then blue and healthy choices. And so I do feel like there is some kind of behavior from somebody that is unhealthy, and it feels like it's stemming from a place of mental health, right? It's not necessarily a place of physical health. It's more like an emotional health kind of thing. And maybe that's even like the T is like storyteller and gossip. Those are both energies of like talking to other people. So I feel like the next major event overall, the next major event is action, right? Definitely a lot of action. And speaking of healthy choices, right? We as a family need to start making healthy choices. We as a family need to change, because like we have to figure out our mental stuff. We have to get this together because there is a lot of movement happening. Very, very, very near in the future. There's like an engagement, a new start, magic, right? There is stuff like that happening. So we need to make some changes. We need to change. We need to start progressing towards a healthy lifestyle, mentally healthy. Again, I'm not necessarily like, this is not someone who's like, we need to eat our vegetables. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what they're saying. They're saying more like, we need to get a grip on our mental health. We need to get a grip on our anger issues. We need to get a grip on behaviors that are not suitable for family growth, right? So that's what this is feeling like. And I feel like that's significant because that is when you speak something, it kind of puts it out there. At least like in this situation, they're speaking of this thing. And so that is like kind of verbalizing it and putting it out into the world. And therefore creating a plan, right? This person is creating a plan. I am creating a plan for the future, for our movement, for this soulmate union, right? So, and that might also mean this person stepping away from some people who cannot make healthy choices, who are not conducted to the growth of this person's soulmate, family, etc., etc. I feel like this is definitely a masculine energy. Like, argue with the wall. You literally can't convince me of anything else. This is definitely a masculine energy who's going to be speaking, the gossip, the storyteller. Like, this is definitely a masculine energy. It feels like a very father-like energy who is making, communicating the plan. I am communicating the plan, and if you cannot go along with the plan, then I simply have to, I can't change you. So if you're not willing to make healthy choices, if you're not willing to go along with the plan, then you gotta go. Quite frankly, you gotta go. Sorry. This is a very take charge kind of energy, right? When this person says something, then that's it, right? And if you're not gonna go along with it, then you have to go. I think this may come as a little bit of a surprise to you, right? I don't know if you are expecting, I think in a lot of cases, this might not necessarily be you that this person is telling this to, right? Like, this person may not be saying to you, you need to get a grip on your mental health, but they're telling you about what they said to somebody else. That's kind of what this is feeling like. So I think it may be like a little bit of a surprise to you. I think this union may be a little bit of a surprise. I think it may make you a little emotional because of the Queen of Cups here, but I feel like this person is really actively fighting for your connection with the Seven of Wands here. I feel like this person is like, if you are not on board with the plan that I have for my family, then you literally have to go. You can't be involved. So sorry, but I can't change you. You are who you are, and it just is what it is. So if you are unable to make healthy choices for me and my family, then you gotta go. I'm sorry. You're voted off the island. I don't know what to tell you. I think it may come as a surprise. I think this person is saying things with their chest, right? They're saying things with their whole chest. They're not mincing words. And they're dead serious. Like, they're dead ass. You know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like this may come as a little surprise to you, but I think you should union with this person. I think regardless of how surprising it is, I think you should union. I think, and I think maybe it may make you aware of your own, unhealthy habits that you have to work on. And that can be a conversation that you kind of have with them as well. But I think the next major event is movement, primarily. Lots and lots of movement. Speaking of movement, speaking things into existence, and also communicating to people that they need to get a grip on their mental, or they gotta go, right? You can't be involved. But yeah, your advice is to union, regardless of how shocking it is. I think it might be a little surprising with the Tower there, but I think this definitely is a soulmate energy. It's a soulmate energy, and I think there is a really positive new beginning here. I just think that there needs to be some healthy choices made, before this can, like, move forward in its entirety. So that's what I have for you, Pile 3. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.